Well now, where do I begin? I suppose it all started in the spring of 1938, in a little farmhouse just outside of Savannah, Georgia. The world was quieter back then. No phones buzzing, no screens flashing. Just the wind in the trees and the smell of Mama's cornbread drifting through the kitchen window. I was the youngest of 5. My name was Rose, but everyone called me Rosie back then, Rosie May, if Mama was mad. We didn't have much, but Lord, we had everything we needed. I remember chasing chickens barefoot, helping Daddy mend fences, and learning to read by lantern light. We'd sit around the radio after dinner, listening to stories and swing music while Mama darned socks. School was a one-room building with a potbelly stove in the middle. I loved learning. I loved books, oh, how they opened my little mind. I'd daydream about faraway places, big cities, and strange animals I'd only ever seen in books. And Sundays. Sundays were for church, sweet tea, and big family dinners. The table was always full of food and stories. That's where I learned how to cook, how to laugh loud, and how to love even louder. But life wasn't all sunshine. When I was 10, we lost Daddy in a tractor accident. That changed everything. Mama was strong, though, stronger than steel, I always say. She kept us together, taught us to pray, and worked her fingers raw to keep food on the table. Those early years, they shaped me. Taught me gratitude. Taught me grit. And taught me that even the hardest winters are followed by spring. I met your grandpa in the summer of 1956, at a barn dance under a string of fairy lights. His name was Walter. He had the kindest eyes I'd ever seen and a laugh that could charm the paint off a fence. He asked me to dance, and just like that, I knew. I really did. I knew I'd marry that boy. And I did, just a year later, in a little white church with wildflowers in my hair and borrowed shoes on my feet. But our happily ever after wasn't all picnics and roses. Walter got drafted not long after we married. Off to Vietnam. Those were long, hard years. I wrote him every day. Every single day. Sometimes, I'd wait weeks for a reply. But when his letters came, oh. I'd read 'em over and over until the ink wore thin. When he finally came home, he wasn't quite the same. Quieter. A little distant. But I never stopped loving him. And slowly, piece by piece, he came back to me. We built a life, me and him. Bought a little house with creaky floors and a porch swing. That house became a home full of noise, love, and, eventually, kids. We had 3 babies. 2 girls and a boy. I still remember their first steps, their first words, their first heartbreaks. Walter worked the railroads, and I took in sewing from the neighbors. We made it work. We always did. Love, my darling, love ain't always fireworks. Sometimes it's warm coffee at dawn, holding hands during storms, and dancing in the kitchen when no one's looking. The years flew by, like pages in a book. One day, I blinked and my babies weren't babies no more. My oldest left for college, my boy joined the Air Force, and the house got quieter with each goodbye. Being a mama is the greatest joy and the hardest job I ever had. You give them your heart, then they grow up and take it with them when they leave. I lost Walter in '94. Heart attack. Quick. Just like that, 50 years of marriage, gone. I thought I'd break in too. But grief, I learned, is just love with nowhere to go. So I kept loving him, in the garden we planted, in the stories I told, and in every cup of coffee I drank on that porch swing alone. Then came the grandbabies. Oh, my sweet heavens, did they bring sunshine? Yes, you were one of 'em. The moment I held you, I felt Walter right there with me. You had his eyes. I baked cookies, told bedtime stories, and spoiled you all rotten. That's a grandma's job, after all. I knitted little sweaters, rocked babies to sleep, and passed down every recipe I could remember. But more than that, I passed down love. And a good pot of chicken and dumplings. Now here I am, sittin' in this old rocking chair, lookin' out at the trees I planted 50 years ago. My hands are wrinkled, my steps are slow, but my heart, oh honey, my heart is full. People say old age is lonely, but I don't feel alone. I got memories in every corner of this house. I got laughter echoing in these walls. I've lived a big life, full of ordinary magic. I've loved, I've lost, I've cooked too much, and I've laughed till I cried. I've held hands at weddings and funerals. I've known sorrow and I've known joy, and I wouldn't trade a minute of it. My advice? Don't wait. Use the good china. Take the trip. Hug a little longer. Say, I love you every chance you get. Life ain't about money or fame. It's about moments. Sunday dinners. Fireflies. Songs you know by heart. And the people you carry in your soul. When I go, don't you cry too hard. Plant some daisies, bake a pie, and tell a good story. That's how you keep someone alive, you know, by remembering the love they gave you. So, my darling, if you remember anything from this old woman's tale, remember this: love deeply, laugh loudly, and live kindly. That's the secret to a beautiful life. Now go on. The world's waitin' on you. And I'll be right here, smilin' from the porch swing in your heart.